Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. So in this video we're on the VN server and we're going to be showcasing Rolan's usage in AFK stages. My viewer hasn't pushed anything crazy, but he is still 10-day efficiency, which is obviously high. Now you're going to take a look at the record formations here. A lot of them are involving Rolan. First team is going to be Silven, Lightbearer squad team with Rolan. We know Rolan does well with Lightbearer heroes, and that is the first one. Then we have another version with Orion, who is also seeing AFK stage usage, more Lightbearer teams, and basically, definitely there are going to be non-Rolan team options like you see over here. With the pretty standard teams you've seen in previous AFK stages. But a lot of the records are going to be dominated by Rolan, which means that it probably is going to be easier for you to clear stages when you have Rolan on your account. Even the last one had Rolan and the Wilders. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and run this team and show it to you in action how it's actually performing. So we know Silven does well in AFK stages, especially when you're able to crowd control them, because he can lock them down with almost chain crowd control for the whole match. Siren can group them, but now Rolan is going to empower the entire team by getting the morale boost as well, and boosting your Lightbearer stats from his Supreme Plus skill. So as you guys are going to see here, this is going to be one of the go-to team comps for AFK stages. Lightbearers along with Rolan, at least for the Phantom stages, that is doing very well. And if you are more of a mid to high spending player and you have multiple Celestial Hypogeans, you're also going to see a lot of Celestial Hypogean records using Rolan. And I can actually demonstrate that to you in the regular AFK stages. I was taking a look through some of the records, and a lot of them actually are using a Celestial Hypogean version of a Rolan team. So Rolan is going to actually help your team have the damage output potential, because he's going to provide that 50% attack buff to your allies with the 100% morale. He's going to have the double ultimate cast of your heroes, and also very importantly, his Undying Valor skill on the active portion is going to provide attack buff and unaffected to the chosen ally. So here you guys see this is how he's going to go down. Silven is just going to nuke them, and Siren is going to periodically apply his execution mark. So that is what we have to see here. Rowan doing well in AFK stages, which I think most people do expect that. So here we have an Orion team. Now, my viewer hasn't upgraded Orion, so I don't know if this is actually going to work for him. But if we take a look through the different records over here, just to get an idea, we have another Silven Lightbearer team with Siren. Definitely this, either Orion or Siren seem to be the go-to comps for these AFK stages. Even Gwyneth's team, very interesting. We actually see a Gwyneth team over here, Lightbearer with Gwyneth. Maybe if you don't have Silven on your account, this is also a very viable strategy, and especially because when we get the double or the maximum morale for the double ultimate cast, I wonder if that will mean that like your double Siren ultimate cast is actually going to provide enough crowd control. Along with the Mihira and the Siren crowd control, it seems like we are actually having enough. And then Gwyneth also periodically does stun enemies, so she has a form of minor crowd control as well. And yeah, the enemies are completely locked down. You're just able to burst them with Gwyneth's damage and Siren's execution mark, and then your artifact damage as well. And here you have it. Okay, but this one is going to be a little bit risky, as you guys see towards the end here. Your team can get wiped by the Scarlita if you can't perma crowd control them, and it is going to end up in a wipe. But this just gives you some interesting other alternative team comp that people are running. Orion is very interesting. I want to try Orion, but because we don't have it built on the account, I'm not sure. And like, look at this. So like, you're going to see these Rolan teams at almost the same level, 1014 level, compared to these full-out Celestial Hypogean teams. Saphira, Elna, Mihira, this is a full-out Celestial Hypogean team, and basically at almost the same resonating level, both have managed to actually clear it. And that's very interesting news, honestly speaking. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and run this one. We can run in times 4 speed just to save us some time. But yeah, you're really seeing Rolan getting a lot of great usage for AFK stages, even on the global server right now. People were struggling with some of the later Apex stages. I even made a video about that. But now after Rolan's release, a lot of records are coming out using Rolan, and even free-to-play or more budget options, like you can see here, even Silven type comms. And so even for the free-to-play players who have built Rolan, they're going to be able to push further into even Apex stages, and also keep up with more AFK stage pushing, as you guys are seeing over here. Let's take a look at the next stage. Potentially there could be some different alternatives here. Okay, Silven Siren again is a go-to comp. And then you have some more Celestial Hypogean teams, which are a bit more or less affordable. We still have the Orion teams. Honestly, I'm just going to go ahead and try Orion. We don't even have charms on him. and these are not upgraded, but I just want to get an idea of what's actually going on here, because Orion is going to be that form of damage, but also the silence. He's going to go down here, so yeah, he's not going to be very effective. But you guys get the point that if you had Orion built up, he would not only be damaging the enemies with pretty high damage, he would also be silencing them. And with all the attack buffs which are going on from Rolan and even, you know, Hugin shielding and things like that, you're actually going to have high enough damage output with just relying on your Orion or your Silven as a dedicated damages of your team. So taking a look at the regular stages, I want to show you this because there are some more versions of Rolan that use more Celestial Hypogeans. So right here, we're going to see an Aliceth Rolan team. I'm actually seeing a lot of Aliceth being used with Rolan. I'm not entirely sure why. I think giving the extra life to Rolan to ensure you get up to that maximum morale. Twins definitely are a great ally for Rolan, and then Frieren just as the damage dealer. It's honestly a very interesting team, and it should be very effective. Twins, yeah, really good with Rolan, but Twins actually do go down here, so this could be an RNG potential match. We get the 100% morale here. Now Frieren will just have to keep nuking. Mihiro goes down, but yeah, like no real survival issues. Really easy clear from this team comp, and another interesting, basically, Rolan team in the records. So let's take a look over here. Again, you're going to see Rolan, but now Gunnar and Silven. You're seeing a bunch of different variety over here. And then you can use Baelran also. So if you've built up Baelran on your account, that's great. And then again, you're seeing these more pay-to-win Celestial Hypogean teams, but these are not actually going to be needed because you have more free-to-play versions with the Rolan as well. So if you have the pay-to-win heroes built, by all means go for it, but yeah, you don't have to. So here we have a Baelran team. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and run this one. You'll have the charms on basically most of the team as well. Baelran and Rolan. That is also a great synergy. You're going to have that damage reduction from the beginning of the match. And then you're going to have the max HP boosting with the ultimates of Rolan. You're going to have burst healing from Rolan. This is a reason we thought potentially Baelran would be usable and worthwhile to run in PvP. But for currently right now, I definitely do think Orion or, you know, Orion or another Celestial hero, like whether the Twins or Silphira for PvP, are actually the better go-to comp. But Baelran can definitely slot into like a Celestial team with the Twins and Rolan, and definitely that could probably be solid, but I just don't know if it's the top tier meta and worth actually running for example, a player who has all heroes built. But yeah, okay, we have a Gunnar and Silven. Interesting Rolan team comp. Here, the most dominant faction is going to be Lightbearers, because it's both Lightbearers and Hypogeans. But if you actually take a look at this, you can see this clearly, that if you have the same number of two different factions, the way that Rolan chooses is, I believe he will prioritize Lightbearer or Celestial first. If you take a look at the morale that he gets, he's gonna have instantly, yeah, he's gonna have instantly 40% morale, right? And now after the Silven ultimate, it should be a little bit more than that. Yeah. So because you get a 20% bonus morale if you have two Lightbearer heroes deployed, and that definitely was working here. So it was the case that Rolan was prioritizing the Lightbearers over any other faction, and he would do the same thing with Celestials. Okay, so you guys are seeing this is just going to be domination, Gunnar, Silven combo. So yeah, a lot of nice variety with Rolan, a lot of budget team options as well for AFK stages, and really this is going to make your life a lot easier, potentially even for auto, pushing AFK stages in the back, and also just clearing higher stages that previously were not possible for you. This is another reason why Rolan is such a must-have hero. He is a menace in all three game modes, PvE Dream Realm, the PvE AFK stages, and of course PvP. He's just a solid hero, one of the best Celestial Hypogeans released in AFK Journey in a long time. And he's probably going to have very good long-term value as well, because these Celestial or Hypogean supports in AFK Journey, they last for such a long time. Basically until another Celestial or Hypogean support comes out, could be the only chance of actually, you know, replacing them. So anyway guys, let me know your thoughts about Rolan in the comment section down below. If you have experience pushing in the Apex stages of occurring on global server with Rolan, that feel free to share your experience with that. People have told me overall it is making it a lot easier, and we're going to be moving into phase 3 tomorrow, and we're going to see for ourselves just how useful Rolan is for the AFK stages. So yeah, hopefully this video is helpful. Thank you all so much for watching. And if you're thinking about making a purchase in AFK Journey, please use my affiliate link for the official Farlight store. This is the best way you can support me and also gain 5% bonus dragon crystals on your purchase. My affiliate link is in the description of this video in a pinned comment, and you can actually bookmark this link in your browser, and whenever you're planning to make a purchase, just return to the bookmark link and make your purchase. It will support me and be greatly appreciated. So thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video, and until then, everyone, peace out for now.